Alrighty, welcome back to another video. As you can see, slight change of location, and as you may see by the title, today we will be speaking about why I started making more money when I started to work less hard. Today will be a bit different. We won't be looking at automations per se, although we might be speaking about them a little bit. You might notice the slight change of location. Usually I do these videos at my desk, but we're currently in Koh Tao, so I thought it would be pretty fitting to do a video in this beautiful place. But without further ado, let's get into it. Before we get into it though, I do want to address two things that I've been asked many times after I started to post content. The first being, why are you always shirtless? And I think my simple answer to this question is that internally, I'm always on the beach. Internally, I'm here. So why would I be anything but shirtless, catching a tan? And secondly, people ask me why I'm always wearing glasses, specifically the orange glasses. And that's a more simple reason, is because it helps you sleep and it's better for your life and well-being. You should Google it, do some research, but I'm not here to give medical advice. So let's get into the video. Specifically why I started and we started to make more money when we started to work less hard. And I know to many of you that may sound counterintuitive, it may sound unconventional, it may go against these common philosophies that you've got to work 12 hours a day and you just got to put your head down until you make that first million. I used to believe in this and I used to follow this, but my opinion has completely changed. Why I say that to make more money you need to work less hard does not mean that you can just wake up one day and be rich. No, that won't happen. But what I want to confront is a misconception about cause and effect. And what do I mean by this? Well, many people believe that the cause of making more money is the action of doing activities and tasks which lead to you making more money. And I used to believe this myself. And I can give you a nice little anecdote as to why it is not necessarily true. Because unless you are cultivating the internal garden of your mind, and unless you are aligning and being the person that deserves money, it will not come to you. And that's not just with money, that's with anything in life. That's with the love, that's with friendships, that's with relationships, with getting a nice physique, whatever it may be. It all starts internally, and action is merely the midwife of the materializing of what already exists up here. You can have as much action in your life as you want. You can go and work 12 hours a day, but if you don't believe up here in your mental that you deserve the money, it won't come to you. The anecdote that I have is about a year ago when we were in e-commerce and we had just started. We started our own e-commerce stores selling clothes, and we had been doing business for about 2 years. Suddenly, after about a month of doing the e-commerce, we started to make outrageous amounts of money very quickly, very suddenly. And up until that point, we had had many businesses that maybe saw some slight glimmers and hints of success, but nothing to the point where we started making 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 euros a day. When we started to make this money, we were, of course, happy, and we were extremely excited about the fact that we were making this money. But the main problem lay within the fact that the moment the money started coming in, we started clinging to it, and we started bringing this aura of attachment to the money. And the problem is that when you cling and when you start attaching yourself to external outcomes, they seem to run away from you. And that was coupled with this mindset of the fact that internally we did not think that we deserved this money, and it felt wrong. we then became so scared of this money running away from us. And because we were afraid of the money running away from us or something collapsing, like, you know how it happens when things are just going too well, you think to yourself, damn, something's got to give. This is all too good to be true. And those thoughts were circulating. And the problem is, even if you're concentrated on the fear of not continuing on your trajectory and things falling from beneath you, you tend to miss certain other opportunities or things that are staring you right in the face. And when we were in this state of a euphoria coupled with fear, we failed to see certain things that would lead to the downfall of our business. And that's exactly what happened. We went from doing 5,000-10,000 euros a day going on to do 300,000 in our second month of e-commerce. Within a week, everything fell. Everything. And we lost all our money. We literally went from up here all the way down here within the span of a month. I experienced the most euphoric and happy emotions I've ever experienced, and then subsequently the worst and most sad emotions I've ever felt too. And again, what did I think the moment things collapsed, the moment things crumbled? I thought, okay, well, the only thing I got to do now is work harder and the money will come back. However, I was missing a key point, which was that I still had not cultivated my mind into believing that I deserved money, that I deserved success, that I deserved well-being and everything that is beautiful in this world. So what happened? I kept working. I worked harder. I worked 12, 14 hours a day. I tried new things. I looked at different hustles, and still nothing came. And I think that's a common problem that many entrepreneurs have, is they put too much focus on the externalities that they think influence the amount of money they make or the amount of success they have or the amount of love they experience in relationships, but they miss the key component to all of this. And this is what I'm saying about cause and effect, is the cause is not the action. The cause is what's up here, and the action merely midwives that internal state into reality. It is only in these last couple months when I stopped focusing on reading books about business and upgrading my knowledge about the world and tried to work as hard as I could and build as many things and reach out to as many people as I could. I started to focus on my internal. I started to actually cultivate the garden internally. I started to confront, if you want to call them, demons, and try and understand them from within. And the moment I did that, things started to shift. And this was not just me confronting my demons, but it was also me realizing that no external should bring me more happiness than what I have already internally. I love this quote from this guy I listened to. He says, you can only have what you already have. And honestly, if I could sum up this whole video, that's what I would say, is you can only have what you already have. If you don't believe that internally you are rich and that you can be rich one day, it will not externalize. I think that this is not something that only you experience, it's what other people experience and interpret. For example, we did thousands of emails of outreach. We did thousands of LinkedIn messages of outreach to try and convert people to clients. And we would try so hard and adapt our strategy and change all these things. But if we look at where all our biggest clients from, it's all irrational. None of them came rationally. We landed one of our biggest clients, who is a guy that I was on a call with while I was chilling in a hoodie in my room, not knowing that this guy was wanting to be a client or going to be a client. I was empty of intention. I had no desire or need to try and convert this person. I was chilling on my chair like this in my hoodie, having a chat with this guy. He said, oh, what do you guys do? I said, yeah, we have an AI agency and some other things, but mainly we do automations for clients. We've built like one or two cool things, and yeah, that's it. I didn't try to sell him. I didn't try and convince him that I was this huge businessman who has all these clients and can do a lot for him. I was just very calm. I was completely empty of intention, as I said. And the interesting thing is that when you are empty of intention, there is no tension, there is no clinging, and that's exactly when things attract to you. Because he could tell he could tell I wasn't trying to sell him, and I ended up selling him. He just felt in his intuition, and this is what I'm saying, that other people can feel when you are empty of intention. And it's not just with money, but it's with girls, it's with making friends. Like, everyone's attracted to the person who doesn't care about pleasing other people. And it's the same in business. What I'm trying to say is that the more you try, the less happens. And the more you are aligned, the more comes to you. Since I have adopted this mindset of everything belonging to me internally, the most irrational things started to happen. The most strange and weird successes came from the most unlikely places, and that has been the biggest change for me, for us as a company, and for our dynamic with people. Because I'm not going into any interaction trying to prove something to someone, and they can feel that, and they're attracted to it, and they want to be a part of this little sort of sphere of self-amusement that we have created for ourselves. Since making that switch, our revenue from one month to another increased by 800%. Like, let that sink in. And in fact, when it increased by 800%, the only thing that had increased was our abundance and our mental alignment with the people who deserve that success. In fact, we were working a lot less hard. We were trying a lot less hard to force things to go our way. When a client would come and we would see, oh, huge opportunity, we can make a lot of money, and then they would go like this. The opportunity would cease to exist anymore. And to anyone who may think that they are rational or view this a sort of situation where an opportunity comes and then it somehow slips out of their fingers, the usual reaction is to feel anger, to feel frustration, to feel, oh, fuck that, why did this person promise so much, or why did they say we had this opportunity and we could collaborate and we can make money, and then they just disappeared. That's the old way of thinking. The new way is that opportunity came, it posed itself, it disappeared, sure, it's gone. But what's to say that 3 more opportunities won't come as a substitution? What's to say that an opportunity 100 times the size of that one is gonna walk in the door because that other one disappeared? This is the sort of thinking that took us out of a hole. And unfortunately, I think for many people, if they don't get themselves out of that hole with clinging so hard to things, then it's always going to run away from you. I mean, if you think about it, look at politicians, look at bad people, look at the people who are in positions of power. They're arrogant. They act as if they already have it. Like, you know those guys who are not even that good looking, but somehow they end up always getting girls. That's not logical. It's not like they went and had some magic formula for talking to people or persuading people into liking them. It was because internally, up here, they believe that they deserve it. They believe that well-being is all theirs. I don't know why people don't like to mix the idea of spirituality and business, or spirituality and anything else. In my opinion, the two are one. They're one, and they are completely fused into one. To conclude, if you are experiencing some sort of constant lack of achievement in whatever it may be, whether it's business or whether it's getting a job, whether it's increasing your salary, getting a promotion, finding better relationships with people in general. You've got to have it up there internally before it can come out into this world. And I know this sounds all like some spiritual nonsense. Like, I know a lot of you are going to be listening to this thinking, yeah, sure, but yeah, of course, this law of detachment, this and that, which calm. Like, if you don't believe it, that's also fine. Like, I'm going to be sitting on a yacht in 6 months, and that's going to be the complete evidence of my externalities materializing only as a result of what is present in my subconscious mind, what my emotions have dictated for the past month and will dictate for the rest of my life. Those emotions are what will be materialized into the outside world. That's why it's all about in how you react to things. When you lose money, or when you get a parking ticket or a fine, for example, most people are like, shit, man, I got a fine. Like, I'm broke right now. I don't have a lot of money. I this keeps happening to me. Like, I'm so unlucky. And in doing so, you create this sort of spiral of emotions that feeds this entity of you being that person who only experiences bad things happening to them. I mean, I can confirm, like, I was in this position. I was broke for 2 years straight. Like, I would look at my bank account every day and just desensitize myself. I'd look at it, see 10 euros. I'd be like, calm. Up here I'm rich. That's all that matters. And every time I would have to pay for something big, or I would have to pay for a fine or buy a plane ticket, I wouldn't think, like, let's just spend some more money, I don't have that much money left. I would say calm, circulating that money into the economy, circulating it. I'm not spending it, I'm not buying anything, I'm just circulating money that's going to come back to me 10, 20, 50,000 fold. You can take this however you want. You can believe it, you can not believe it. At the end of the day, whatever the subconscious mind perceives as true is true. And this is what my subconscious mind believes as true. So this is true for me. And as long as I continue to believe this being true for me, then good things will continue to happen, and we'll continue to make more money, and we'll continue to see more success, and people will continue to like us more. And this energy and aura of internal content and happiness will continue to vibrate and magnetically attract everyone that is around us. And until you can cultivate that magnetic aura yourself, where you don't need anything, you don't need anyone, you don't need any amount of money, you don't need to be in any place, then that will be calibrated. And I think that's the true definition of manifestation, is when you are alright with or without something happening. That's when it happens to you. When you are free of intentions, when you are free of expectations, everything comes your way. And this is why I say you need to stop working so hard on externalities and start working on improving the internal garden within yourself that is going to dictate and allow you to act in accordance with the person who deserves those things, instead of clinging with action and externalities to these things that you want, which only pushes them away. Because the moment you put importance on something and you distance it from yourself, and that distance doesn't allow you to align, and it means that you don't already have what you want. You can only have what you already have. This was a bit of a different type of video. I think I'll end it off with that. You can take my advice, you don't have to take my advice. This is fun for me to just speak to the camera, let out some of my spiritual lessons, which have led me to drinking this coconut and being in this beautiful, gorgeous place, which I will come live in pretty soon. Thank you guys for listening. Comment, subscribe if you would like to. If you don't, also don't. If you want to comment something mean, comment something mean. If you want to comment something nice, comment something nice. at the end of the day, you're the one listening to me and taking your time out of your day to watch my video. Do what you want. Thank you for listening.